We know people are depraved enough to try to get straight guys to suck their dick. We've all heard of it.
The P. Diddy quote is Jaguar Wright said this, an ex-employee of him. He goes, if you can get a man to suck you can do anything.
Are two of the most powerful names in music, Jay-Z and Diddy, hiding some of Hollywood's darkest secrets? Joe Rogan has broken his silence on shocking allegations involving young victims linked to these mega celebrities. What's more disturbing, the accusations suggest that these aren't just isolated incidents, but part of a much larger web of influence, manipulation, and exploitation within the entertainment industry. The alleged details are chilling. A 13-year-old girl reportedly at the center of an assault tied to one of Diddy's infamous parties, and claims that Jay-Z was involved in events that night. Adding to the mystery is Jane Doe's ongoing lawsuit, which continues to unravel hidden truths about the industry's elite. These allegations not only target two icons, but also raise broader questions about power dynamics and complicity, and how his no-holds-barred approach isn't holding back. From Diddy's scandalous reputation to Jay-Z's connection to these claims, Rogan's commentary cuts to the core of the issue. As this explosive story gains traction, it's a turning point for how we view some of the industry's biggest players. What really happened behind those gates? Why are these parties under federal investigation? And how does Joe Rogan's perspective add a new layer to the unfolding scandal? Stick around as we break it all down. This is a story you don't want to miss.
P. Diddy was like, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go fuck Meek Mill in the butt. But like, that's never gonna happen. No one comes out and says
So
that.
if you're looking at that, what makes you conclude that he definitely was doing that?
Because he basically, the first time they ever met, he presented him with the Steele dossier, which had all of the dirt.
That's the pee-pee stuff, right?
Yeah, all the pee-pee shit in it. Or I shouldn't say shit. There was no shit alleged, just piss.
Scandal and public outrage. The entertainment world has been rocked by allegations involving P. Diddy and Jay-Z, two titans of the music industry. Claims of abuse, coercion, and exploitation have surfaced, with one particularly harrowing case involving a 13-year-old girl allegedly linked to Diddy's notorious parties. These accusations have sparked a public outcry, with demands for accountability growing louder. Joe Rogan, a prominent voice known for his candid opinions, has added his perspective to the mix. With a massive platform and an audience hungry for unfiltered commentary, Rogan's take on this scandal carries significant weight. His insights often cut through the noise, and this time, he's shining a light on the alleged dark underbelly of Hollywood. The public's response to these revelations has been overwhelming, from social media campaigns to renewed scrutiny of the culture within the entertainment industry. The fallout has been swift and relentless. The involvement of such high-profile figures amplifies the stakes, making this one of the most consequential scandals Hollywood has faced in recent years. The rise and fall of P. Diddy. P. Diddy, once celebrated as a music mogul and cultural icon, now faces a dramatic fall from grace. His journey from industry royalty to a defendant in federal court is a story of success overshadowed by controversy. Diddy's arrest in September 2023 marked a turning point as accusations of racketeering, sex trafficking, and coercion began to surface. The legal trouble for Diddy started in November 2023 when the first civil suit alleging sexual abuse was filed. Since then, the lawsuits have piled up, painting a damning picture of an industry built on power and exploitation. Each new allegation has chipped away at his carefully cultivated public image, exposing a side of the music industry rarely discussed in mainstream media. The charges against Diddy are serious, ranging from transporting individuals for illegal activities to using his influence to silence victims. This case not only threatens Diddy's legacy, but also raises questions about the systemic failures that allowed such behavior to persist unchecked for decades.
What's going on, Jamie?
I don't know. There's a lot going on. A lot of rumors are flying.
The rumors are that Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof of anything.
Dude, when Homeland Security invades your house,
You got problems.
with dudes with guns and body armor.
Someone said that they weren't there to take stuff. They were there to delete everything. The real people that were in there, you know.
Oh,
Like
that's
the same
funny.
thing with Epstein.
Oh, that's funny.
Jane Doe's lawsuit against Jay-Z. At the center of this controversy is Jane Doe, whose lawsuit alleges that Jay-Z sexually assaulted her at one of Diddy's infamous parties. According to her account, the events unfolded after she was invited to an after-party following the MTV Video Music Awards. What began as an exclusive gathering quickly turned into a nightmare. Jane Doe claims that she was coerced into signing a non-disclosure agreement upon arrival and later given a spiked drink. Feeling disoriented, she sought refuge in a private room, only to encounter Jay-Z and others in a situation she described as predatory. These allegations, paired with Diddy's alleged role in facilitating such environments, have cast a shadow over both men. Diddy's parties, long celebrated for their exclusivity, are now under scrutiny for creating a culture of impunity. The allegations suggest that these gatherings were more than just entertainment. They were a breeding ground for exploitation, with high-profile celebrities allegedly complicit in maintaining the silence.
Anybody could come on this internet and say anything, right? And dude is getting a whole lot of attention because people are even calling me, asking me about him, you know, and I don't know him from a can of paint. He even mentioned my name, saying that I know what I know. I don't know what he knows, but I do know this, that it's only 3 people that had contracts with Puff and Bad Boy. Me, Wolf, and Paul Offord. If he didn't come through Paul Offord Security, Green Gate Security, he didn't have a contract with Puff. Because anybody who worked for Puff, other than me and Wolf, came through Green Gate Security. That was Paul's security thing. Especially at the time that he was saying that he worked for Puff. Or Puff offered him $30,000. Now, anybody knows this, that Bad Boy took 50% of all this artist publishing, right? 50% of all the artist publishing straight out the rip. Then Puff gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing.
The judge's decision to keep Jane Doe anonymous. Jane Doe's decision to remain anonymous has sparked legal and public debate. The judge overseeing the case upheld her anonymity, citing the highly sensitive nature of the allegations, the risk of harm to her, and her young age at the time of the incident. This ruling has been both praised and criticized for its implications on the trial. Jay-Z's legal team, led by high-profile attorney Alex Sparrow, aggressively pursued a motion to reveal Jane Doe's identity, arguing that anonymity hindered their ability to mount a robust defense. However, the judge sharply rebuked this tactic, describing it as inflammatory and wasteful of judicial resources. Her critique of Sparrow's strategy sent a clear message about the ethical conduct expected in such cases. While anonymity offers Jane Doe protection, it also poses challenges for the defense. Nevertheless, the judge's decision highlights the importance of balancing the rights of the accused with the safety and dignity of the accuser. This ruling could set a precedent for how such cases are handled in the future.
And one day, Ashler, Kushner, Diddy, and myself went to a Nets game and we met Jay-Z. I've never been a Jay-Z fan, you know, like some of his music, the whole 9 yards. But when we went over to the, I think that was Prudential Center in Newark, and him and Puff met up, it was strange to me. Because I remember what Puff was trying to do. And then both of them, they was talking about something amongst each other, amongst all of us, and laughing and joking with each other. Then over the years, I see them giving garden parties. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell that the people in power had gave that reign to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. So to separate him...
The infamous culture of Diddy's parties. For years, Diddy's parties have been the stuff of legend, lavish, star-studded affairs that epitomized Hollywood's excess. However, beneath the glamour lies a darker narrative of control and coercion. Allegations suggest that guests were required to sign NDAs, with some claiming that drinks were spiked to lower inhibitions. These parties were a who's who of the entertainment world, with celebrities flocking to rub shoulders with industry elites. But as allegations mount, the question arises, how many were complicit in maintaining the culture of silence? Did Diddy's influence shield him from scrutiny, even as whispers of misconduct persisted? The revelations about Diddy's parties have sparked broader discussions about accountability in Hollywood. As the industry reckons with its past, these allegations serve as a grim reminder of the power imbalances that have long defined its inner workings.
Well, when I first heard the when I first heard the allegations, I said to myself, that's 2000, that's when I was there. And so I got to read what was said and how it went down and everything like that. And then first of all, I start seeing some inconsistency. But I don't want to, criticize the victim or the person that said that they was a victim, but some of the statements and some of the things that I heard was incorrect. As far as I know what we did at that time. First of all, we did not use limousines. We used SUVs in 2000. You know what I'm saying? So when she said that it was a limousine that picked her up or she went with a limousine driver, I was kind of skeptical and wanted to hear more about her story. So now she said that the limousine driver, got her into a party, but somehow she had to went to a gas station, and if you know that area, there's no gas stations unless you walk all the way up to 96th Street. That's like 40 something blocks. So I was like, all you had to walk to the west side.
Joe Rogan's take: exploitation in Hollywood. Joe Rogan has never shied away from addressing uncomfortable truths, and his take on the allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z is no exception. Rogan has criticized Hollywood's systemic exploitation, highlighting how power dynamics enable such behavior to flourish. His perspective resonates with many who see him as a voice of reason amidst the chaos. On his podcast, Rogan delved into the role of complicity among celebrities, questioning how many turned a blind eye to wrongdoing. He also emphasized the need for transparency and accountability, arguing that the entertainment industry must confront its darker side if it hopes to rebuild trust with the public. Rogan's audience, known for its diversity and engagement, has responded strongly to his commentary. For many, his willingness to call out powerful figures and challenge industry norms makes him a crucial voice in the fight for justice.
You understand? And I don't know dude from a can of paint.
So whoever this Uncle Ron dude is, he's a liar then. He's a fraud.
Is he a fraud? Bruh, he's what he is. He wasn't part of our security that I knew of. Not at that time. He never been on no trips with us. He never been at no parties, no nothing. So is he a fraud? The internet will have the real niggas looking fake and the fake niggas looking real. Put it together. How could he want Biggie publishing when he already had it? That's where he fucked up at. That's where he fucked up at. How you want something that you already own?
Yeah, you right. You right.
I know I am. That's where he fucked up at. Bad Boy owns 50% of the shit already as an artist. They got 100%. Bad Boy takes 50% right off the top. Then he gave Big $200,000 for the rest of his publishing. So now the other stuff goes to the producers or whatever, of the music. So what is he talking about?
Legal maneuvers by Jay-Z's defense team. Jay-Z's legal team has mounted an aggressive defense, focusing on discrediting Jane Doe's account. They've pointed to inconsistencies in her timeline and statements, hoping to undermine her credibility. However, their tactics have drawn criticism, with some viewing them as attempts to intimidate rather than seek the truth. The motion to reveal Jane Doe's identity was a cornerstone of their strategy. By challenging her anonymity, Jay-Z's team aimed to shift public sympathy and create doubt about her motives. However, the judge's sharp rejection of this motion has forced them to reconsider their approach. As the case progresses, the defense's strategy will likely evolve, but for now, the focus remains on navigating the complex legal and ethical terrain of such high-stakes allegations.
I don't know what really happened. All I know is Cassie was holding her stomach, bent over, throwing up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they'll say anything. Their lawyers will tell them what to say. They have people to teach them what to say in circumstances and situations like that. So Dawn, yes, she saw it. She saw that they were there, and they should have seen it too. She would have to describe when that happened, what did Usher do?
Broader industry implications. This case has far-reaching implications for Hollywood, exposing cracks in its carefully curated image. The allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z have reignited conversations about power, privilege, and accountability, drawing comparisons to other high-profile cases like those of Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein. The entertainment industry has long been criticized for its culture of silence, where power dynamics discourage victims from speaking out. This case, however, suggests that the tide may be turning. As more individuals come forward and demand justice, the industry faces mounting pressure to address its systemic flaws. Whether this marks the beginning of a cultural shift or another temporary reckoning remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the days of unchecked power in Hollywood are under intense scrutiny.
You understand? I'm not doing that. But I am going to tell the truth, you understand, regarding at that time when I was around, that we did not use limousines. Is no limousine driver gonna come to security and get nobody in no party at all. You understand? At all.
You personally, do you believe her?
My personal belief is that I can't say what happened to her, but regarding the allegations that she made and the picture that she painted, I don't believe what she was saying. And being 13 years old, you know, that's happening, walking around the streets of New York. I think they said she was from Alabama or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Nah, bro, not walking the streets of New York, finding a gas station, nah. People in New York who've been in New York all their life can't find a gas station. You understand what I'm saying? They can't find a gas station. It's about, unless you go below 34th Street, is about 2 gas stations in Manhattan. One on the east side on 1st Avenue, one on 12th Avenue.
The road to trial. With Diddy's trial scheduled for May 2025, the legal proceedings mark the beginning of what could become one of the most high-profile court cases in modern entertainment history. The timeline, unusually swift for a case of such magnitude and complexity, underscores the determination of both the prosecution and defense to bring this matter to a resolution, while defense attorneys prepare for what promises to be a grueling and high-stakes process. Prosecutors are meticulously assembling an airtight case, aiming to leave no room for reasonable doubt. Speculation about the trial's potential outcome is already a hot topic. Observers wonder whether Diddy and Jay-Z, 2 of the music industry's most powerful figures, will finally face accountability for the allegations against them, or whether they will escape unscathed, much like many influential figures before them. The stakes couldn't be higher, not only for the accused, but also for the victims seeking justice and the broader entertainment industry grappling with its culture of secrecy and complicity. A conviction could set a precedent, sending shockwaves through Hollywood, while an acquittal could reignite debates about the privileges of power and wealth.
Now, Jaguar Wright is a well-known whistleblower. She has predicted many of the crimes Diddy is charged with today. Now, as of recent, she had an interview with Piers Morgan, and she did say that Jay-Z and Beyonce were implicated with Diddy. Now, let me know your opinion on the things she's sharing about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
She's referring to Jay-Z, Sean Carter.
They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will, putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane, unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
So essentially what she's trying to say is that Jay-Z and Beyonce are doing or have done similar things that Diddy is being accused of. What do you guys think about it?
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost. Adding fuel to the fire, an unsettling audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill and Diddy has surfaced, courtesy of Diddy's former bodyguard.
Accountability and cultural shift. Joe Rogan's commentary on this scandal underscores the importance of addressing power and abuse in Hollywood. His insights have sparked vital conversations, challenging the industry to confront its failings and chart a new path forward. This case is about more than just Diddy and Jay-Z. It's about survivors finding their voices and demanding change. It's a call to action for the entertainment industry to dismantle the systems that perpetuate abuse and exploitation.
So this just in, Diddy allegedly has evidence of Jay-Z unaliving his mistress, Kathy White, and the reason Diddy isn't in jail yet is because he's cooperating with authorities to take Jay down with him. Kathy White was Jay-Z's side piece. Kathy was an up-and-coming industry publicist, fitness, and beauty expert when she mysteriously died at 28. Jay-Z was seeing her on the down low and got her pregnant. So according to a journalist, Kathy was going to tell the tabloids everything for the right price, but Jay found out and got her murked. Diddy is allegedly set to release the details of how Jay-Z unalived his mistress. Jaguar Wright hints that both the Carters might be responsible, but one of them is more responsible than the other, and she wonders if it's possible Beyonce's temper is a little worse than most people think, and Jay had to clean it all up for her.
And a federal judge has ruled the woman alleging she was raped by Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs can remain anonymous. The woman says both men raped her at a party when she was 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team had fought to get the case dismissed, arguing his accuser should have to reveal her name, but the judge disagreed. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
A legal victory for the woman who is suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13. A federal judge ruling the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. But the judge also chastising the lawyers representing Jay-Z, accusing them of trying to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to reveal the identity of the Jane Doe to have the case dismissed. The judge writing in a 5-page brief that the Carters' lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because the counsel demands it. This latest legal twist coming after the recently filed civil lawsuit by Jane Doe, claiming that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and P. Diddy, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party after the MTV Music Awards in 2000, while an unnamed celebrity watched. Jay-Z has vehemently denied all the allegations, putting out this statement 2 weeks ago, writing in part, "This is a blackmail attempt."
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
As we await the trial and its outcome, the hope is that these revelations will inspire a cultural shift, fostering an environment where accountability and justice prevail over silence and complicity. What we've uncovered today is just the tip of the iceberg. The allegations against Diddy and Jay-Z, paired with Joe Rogan's fearless insights, shed light on a troubling side of the entertainment industry. From Jane Doe's brave testimony to the culture of secrecy surrounding these high-profile parties, this story isn't just about individuals, it's about systemic issues that need to be addressed.
Wait, so hold on. Why is there chatter about Jay-Z being in the same club as Diddy? Allegedly, it's because of his interest in young girls. So rumor has it that Jay-Z exploits young women in the industry, young enough to be his own daughter. Now, if you've been following Jay-Z closely, you'll know that he's far from the wholesome family man he portrays himself to be. So Jay-Z has been under scrutiny for quite some time. Do you guys remember when he was romantically involved with Foxy Brown? Yeah, she was just 15 years old and he was 27. That raised more than a few eyebrows. But wait, there's more. Jay-Z maintains close friendships with Diddy, Russell Simmons, and R. Kelly, each of whom has faced allegations related to their relationships with underage girls. Now, with fresh evidence coming to light, it won't be long before Jay-Z has to address these shady connections to Diddy.
The people that are attached to Diddy and that are pulling the strings, one of them is Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
And one of them is Jay-Z. Very interesting. Anytime you watch the Grammys, every single woman artist, they always thank Beyonce.
yeah.
From Lady Gaga to Miley Cyrus,
Adele, Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
Yeah.
They all thank Beyonce. But why? So theory goes way back when Aaliyah, one of the biggest hip hop artists, she was on the rise at the same time as Beyonce. But who was in power at the time? Obviously Jay-Z and Beyonce. And as we know, Diddy, right?
Yeah.
Theory goes that they decided to take out Aaliyah because she was such a competition to Beyonce to be #1.
Damn.
And she really was. She was about to outshine her. Now check this out. There's another artist
Isn't
that
the
died.
one with the swoop? I
Yeah,
forgot her name.
Left Eye. This is what's crazy, right? Aaliyah, Left Eye, and Michael Jackson. All three of them, they died on the 25th day of the month. Aaliyah died on August 25th.
Okay.
Left Eye.
Rogan's perspective has sparked a much-needed conversation about accountability, and the questions he raises demand answers. How many more secrets are buried in Hollywood? And will this case finally lead to real change? Or will it be swept under the rug like so many before it? We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you make of the allegations, the legal battles, and Rogan's take on it all? Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going.
I thought the smartest thing Jay said in the statement was, if you really believe this happened, then press criminal charges.
Jay-Z released a statement. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one.
He said pull up.
But I don't think that was...
Tell me.
Okay, look. Because of the statute of limitation, there is
there is no criminal. So it's a
so making a
it's
statement
pump
is
fake.
to make people feel like.
But apparently, if she's under 18, didn't you say it still could be criminal?
Yeah, I get confused too. Look, you look at this, it's a lot. It's a lot of confusing information, right? But I think when you do point out that, why didn't you file criminal case? Because you can't. It's over 20 years old. This was 2000, bro.
No, but I think if it's a minor,
when they're saying this is happening, I'm not even 50 Cent yet.
Yeah. Oh wow.
You see what I'm saying? Like this is that dates that far back.
Yeah.
So it's like it didn't even take place at that point.
If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into stories shaping the world around us. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay informed and stay curious.